I took all the nighttime phone calls from Five Nights at Freddy's and badly translated them several times before translating them back to English. I hope you enjoy. Are you coming? Pretty cool, right? Yes, I asked him yesterday. I worked for this company for a week before my graduation. I know it's hard, but I'm telling you, don't worry. You'll be fine. Just finished the first week? Hey, let's start by looking at that old company greeting I just read. Well, it's true, you know. So, welcome to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, the place for kids and adults to dream and reflect on life. Fazbear Entertainment cannot be held responsible for any loss or damage of any kind. Notification of injury or death shall be given 90 days or more prior to the discovery and release of the deceased. Good morning. I know it's hard right now, but that's not my problem. Yes, what happened that night was awful, but could I really blame them? Aren't we going to be forced to do it in just 10 years? I cried all night. Now remember, these guys have trucks in them. You've got to respect them, right? Not true. So you know, these guys travel a lot. Is the device complete and left overnight? Unfortunately, they may be retired, but so is the 87 bike. It was beautiful. Question: is it amazing how our bodies live without disease, you know? Now, it is protected. Depending on the time of year, you may not be able to see people in daylight, which is what you'll want to see at night. They see clothes for you. Now, if you follow the rules of Freddy Fazbear, you will be forced to wear a Freddy Fazbear costume. Not too bad if the cables, wires, and jumps are covered. He uses that word a lot. So you can imagine a horrible, horrible, deadly accident. Unfortunately, we see are their dark hooded faces. They don't care what you write. Then the first party is a party. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Or stay out the front door while watching a video to hide. The lights went out. Yes, good night. Clean. Honestly, if you hear the song and play tomorrow, wow, we didn't play much this weekend because K. Freddy and his friends are very busy on the weekend. The screen is clear when talking. You need to make sure everything is in order. Well, it's interesting to note that Freddy himself doesn't make many off-stage appearances. They say he's restless at night, but what if that's not the case? I also want to emphasize the importance of using this tool. It's dark inside, dark outside. So if you can't see something on the screen, look out the window because you have a few seconds to respond. That doesn't mean anything is wrong. I didn't say that. We watched the speed of the ship again. My drawing is very natural because I prefer not to hold the drawing for a long time. He didn't want to see it. I do not know, but I think you can control everything. Oh, speak. Cup? Now, a lot of people don't go on vacation, so they go through something. But I'm not saying it's over. But not wasting time is the most important thing now. Yeah, I know. They would think he was dressed differently, and if they thought he was, they would put him in an iron dungeon. Okay, sorry, B. I don't want to, so I left him. Cup? It's a remedy. Unfortunately, 9 days. I don't know if it's possible. Listen, I might not be able to write you tomorrow. I also hear palm reading and music. Well, not a good night for me. And I'm glad I wrote my blank story. No, I see. Why not find a happier place elsewhere? I was fine until someone came along. This is probably the best thing to do. Yeah, I still don't know what that part is. Freddy sings Bulldog. Well, looks up at animatronic, enters the room, and hears the animatronic's voice. Not. Kim Freddy seems to see it all. For the Night 5 phone call, I translated the description of the call along with the call itself.
It is important to note that the speaker does not speak but shouts. Something moved behind him, but he didn't notice until he heard the phone ring behind him. Read a bit of history in the post-A brief life of Yoga. This is the first time in the history of Paramahansa Yogananda. The opening and closing sequences have been changed here, and the order has been rearranged to reflect the type of words that appear after each line. Unfortunately, your good governments are not encouraging agricultural development. Is it easier to observe these molecules directly on camera to see how different molecules affect plants? You are absolutely right. Those audio systems are still very popular today. A lot of people don't understand how important that is. Just be happy with your surroundings. The History of Yoga by Paramahansa Yogananda. You wrote episode 36. I don't know why this book was used, but this article is full of research showing that chloroform weapons work, and Freddy Fazbear coined them the term biological weapons on Earth. The short video shows a dinner table presented at Steve Jobs' funeral, offering something that has no history but is nonetheless widely used. A product famous for the likes of Steve Jobs and Elvis Presley. This book is deeply spiritual, and his writing is based on his faith.
Thank you everyone so much for making it through to the end of the video and watching all the way through, because that makes you my shining star.
Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact. Never looking back, I'ma keep my